Hi guys, good morning. It's Alan Moore here on another fragrance review. This is one mic, one take. If you'd like to see more of this video in a short while, I'll see you after the intro. Now today's video, guys, we've got six fragrances that are built for like the urban area. If you live in an urban area like I do myself, these are six fragrances that can serve a purpose for you and keep you smelling fresh, clean, and you can still go to most places to eat out, to go to somewhere like the cinema, and you can still use one of these fragrances and smell really fantastic by going out and doing this. So I've put six that covers lots of different scenarios. So if you're interested, I'll see you after the intro. Cheers, guys. Thanks a lot. All the best. Okay, guys, thanks for coming back. I appreciate that. I hope you're all doing well on this weekend now. We all just broke up from work for the weekend and trying to get a few days rest before I'm back at it again. It's quite nice in the UK at the moment with the weather. I went out early into the garden. It's quite nice, quite pleasant. So I hope that continues for a bit longer for all the cold stuff starts coming in. On today's video, guys, like I mentioned earlier on the little segment a while back, today's thing is like built around an urban theme, like an urban, I'll class it as my urban heroes, because all these fragrances I've got out to show today, right? I honestly think these could serve you well if you live in an area that's like an urban town or, like a council estate where I live on in the UK. And this mostly like working class area, people here are down to earth and just trying to get a better way of life for our families. And you know you can't all afford at the moment in the UK to go out to eat at top end restaurants. For the people who can afford to do that, good luck to them. But at the moment, for people like myself and a good many people like me, we can't afford to do that all the while. So we turn to fragrances, in my opinion, that'll serve you well for going to things like having a takeaway, and then eating in, or sometimes you can go to a place where you can have a like a curry, and you'll go to a Indian restaurant and have a curry there, which is very nice food, very tasty. Sometimes you, like last night, me and my wife paid a visit to a local carvery. If you don't live in the UK, there's lots of pubs all around the country which serve food, and it's based on a traditional English Sunday dinner. And it's got like potatoes, lots of vegetables, and a choice of roast meat. You have slices of meat, it's got gravy and all sorts of it. And it's become a stable meal across the UK. And most people have this on a Sunday, but the carveries are quite cheap, if you like, affordable. And so people take the families and they go and eat at these places. And there's nothing wrong with that. As I say, I've done it myself last night, and to anybody who does that, you're as good as anybody else, but you're staying within your budget and trying to, spend within your means. It's pointless trying to go and have an high-end restaurant and then find out for the rest of the month you're broke. So you have to do these things, as we all know. So this is only showing a few little tips as well to make the fragrances you do choose, right? Because I've come across people who work with in different places I've worked in my past. They put a fragrance on, and I think that's enough for them to see them out for the morning or the day, and they can smell the fragrance. But after a while, they've been working with a while. You start picking up body odour because the body's unwarmed up, and they don't use as deodorant under their arms. And so these are the kind of deodorants I use. It's something simple like this. Most supermarkets will sell you something like this, even if you live abroad or whether you live in the UK. I had this from Asda in the UK. Cost me about a pound or something like that. But it's got active control, 48 hours, antiperspirant, non-alcoholic. Right, so what it is with these, it's just like there's no scent trail to it. It keeps you fresh and it stops you sweating from having BO and stuff like that. Right, but this is what you should, in my opinion, choose as a deodorant as you're going out for an evening. Because me and my wife was in this pub yesterday and it was getting really warm in there. Now, you might have a nice fragrance on. We were sweating, just eating food, that's how warm it was. And so you can imagine going there and you having a nice fragrance on there, and eventually you start smelling the body odour come through. Luckily for me, I use this as well as my fragrance of the day. So just bear that in mind, guys. You know, don't use something like Lynx, or if you live in America, Axe or something like that, because it's got its own smell and it'll conflict with the smell that you're trying to get your main fragrance to smell like. If you choose to something that's non-alcoholic and non-offensive, it hasn't got a smell to it, but it still keeps you dry and still stops you smelling, that's the one you want if you want to use it with a fragrance. If you want to buy a fragrance, I'll show it in a minute, and you're worried about the longevity of the fragrance, how long it's going to last for. So if you've got one of these and you use it tight to work in a bag, you know it's going to last you 8 hours. I suggest you buy something like this, guys. You get these off eBay, a couple of pound each one. And what you do, you just take the top off, look, there's the atomizer. And then what you do, can you see that on there, there's a glass window, look. And then you've got to insert there. What you have to do, it doesn't work with all fragrances on these, what I've got here. But some of them will. What you do, you just pull the cap off and it exposes the probe. And you just keep pushing that up into the back, the butt of here. And it fills up this liquid here with into the glass. And now you can fit that in your pocket then as your favourite fragrance and extend the life of your fragrance while you're at work. So if it only lasts 5 hours, after 5 hours, have your lunch break, spray some more, you're good to go. So that's just a few tips I'll show you how to try to either stay fresh or try to increase the longevity of a fragrance. So let's go with the rest of these fragrances I'm going to show you now. I've tried to select something for me, guys, for something that you could use if you are going to a meal, eating out somewhere, and you want to smell nice. Some of these fragrances, trust me, you wear these and they do up your game, and they do make you feel and smell something special. Some of the others are more like, say, for a work scenario, or a daily, something daily use on a daily basis. One's on there, it's a masculine fragrance because during the autumn and winter months you've got coming out, I think you need something like this in your collection to turn to give you that masculinity that sometimes guys we all crave now and again. So let's show the first one, and it's this one here, Dolce Gabbana by Homme Intenso. If you tried the other one, that's more like a classical scent, and this one does smell a bit like it. Got a violet leaf in there, and it smells nice, like a violet note. And it is, sorry, not the violet, lavender. Bloody hell. Yeah, it's got a lavender note in there. It's quite prominent. You smell this through the life of the fragrance. It's quite prominent in this particular one. So if you don't like lavender, I'm sorry about that. This is still a good fragrance. Take the top off. Nothing special about the top. Look, it's just standard atomizer. Show the spray. There you go. Second one was better. I can smell it in the room now. It's very like a lavender bomb. It's not just like that. There's other stuff in there. I wrote a few notes down here. It's got tobacco in there, geranium, water notes. There's lots of different notes. I'm just taking a few. Or leave all the notes in the description down below when you've got time to read at your own leisure. This way I can get through the videos quicker for you. So the tobacco note in there. That's where somebody likes the masculinity. This isn't just tobacco fragrance, that's it. This is something you could dress up or you could wear casual. So this is one of my Urben Heroes because it'll do multi-functions. You can either wear it with a pair of jeans and a t-shirt like I got on, or you can just go on now and you want to go a bit more upmarket, put a shirt and a nice pair of trousers and have a nice meal somewhere. It'd suit you well then. So that's the first one. Dolce Gabbana, pour on Intenso, and it is really, it's an eau de toilet, no, sorry, eau de parfum concentration. And it is a really nice smelling fragrance, because it's got a bit of class to it. It is very classy, and it's sophisticated. It's nothing like, let's get to think, oh, it's alcoholic, or it's got an alcoholic base. This is done really well. It's not got the greatest longevity, so it's not going to. Most people don't go out more than a few hours anyway, so all the time you're out there, it will smell nice on you. So moving on to the next one now, and we're also about the urban area, these are my heroes, is because not everybody can afford in the areas where I live, right? Buying names like Tom Ford or different things like that, or Dior or Chanel. And so because, you know, money's tight at the moment, we've got bills going up, different stuff like that. Everybody's trying to cut back on spending money on fragrances and, generally everything they're cutting back on to try and get the money to stretch a bit further. But these, I'm trying to show you, can still get quite affordable. And if you had to save up for them over the period of time, you can do that and you still get a good fragrance for yourself, guys. Now, this one I'll show you now. You'll see it on eBay if you go on eBay, or if you go to a local market, Bescott Market in Warsaw, they sell this fragrance, and it's a black bottle like that, look. Got a nice rubber grip around the top there. Right, nothing on the top. Got some info on the bottom there. It's got a nice gold plaque down here, and on the plaque it says, Oud 24 hours. Eau de parfum, 100ml. Got the Arabic writing there. And this is a fragrance that's based on Black Orchid by Tom Ford. Now, I've tried both fragrances. I would have bought this myself, eating all the hype about it. Says a Tom Ford cologne, a Black Orchid. I always wanted to try it. And this with a small atomizer I've got over there. Not atomizer, sorry, deodorant. It's got £15 for the two of them. And they're coming out of this like a decorative box. And for £15, guys, that's a bargain. And you will smell something like Tom Ford Black Orchid. And I said a few seconds ago, I've smelled both of them. And I can actually say that you can tell this is based on that fragrance. The only difference is the Tom Ford's a darker scent. It's more like nighttime use. I would say to you, if you buy this, use this as a daily wear scent or something like that, or use it in the daytime. It's not quite got that darkness about it like the other, which sometimes can be a good thing. Not everybody wants to be out too much of a dark frame. Some people do, some people don't. I think for the value, for the price you're paying for this, you will smell something like Tom Ford Black Orchid. And if you was to say to some of your friends, guys, I've got Tom Ford on, most of the people you talk to on a daily basis wouldn't. A good spray, look. No any different. You tell them you got Tom Ford on, I don't think many people would say, oh, that ain't Tom Ford. Most people say, oh, Tom Ford, where'd you get that from? They might even try to get a bottle of sell because they know it smells like Tom Ford. I've got some people I work with now, and they've come across these little £5 clouds of John Paul Gaultier Lamal. And he said, I've got some Lamal on from market, and it cost me £5. Now, I don't say nothing to him because, he's a friend like. But at the same time, you think, well, that's not going to last you very long. You've paid £5 for that. It's going to fade off quite quickly. So, but for £15 for that, I've tried that on at work. It lasts hours and hours and hours. 5 hours, 6 hours plus. And for £15, you go grumble at that. And like I say, get some of these off eBay. Fill them up with your favourite fragrances. Get all these if you like them all. Buy some of these, fill them up, and then just keep these on your purse and then just respray when you need it. And so that's the second choice I've got. And moving on to one of my other urban heroes now is this one here, and it's called Guilty. And this is another fragrance that I've come to love. And, I love this in my collection. I love the smell of it. And, yeah, it's got a thing, a likability thing about this one, guys, I think. A lot of people, I don't know, I ain't going off what I've heard off all the videos I've seen. This has not got the greatest, support off people out there. Some people hate it because they say it's generic. And my answer has always been, if it smells that good and it's generic, bring it on every day, because I love it. And I just show the sprayer. And it comes in a fantastic bottle. Nice to hold the bottle, look like a flask. You know, well, these zip flasks you get. Very similar to shape to that. So it fits in your hand really nice. And now it's in the air now. Again, it's got this nice lavender, lemon, orange flower in it. And it's got like, it draws you in this fragrance, does it? It's got like a nice smell about it. It's got like that lavender note again in there. It's very prominent in this one as well. It's got like a powderiness about it. And the thing is, a lot of powdery fragrances done right can get you lots of compliments. Not all the while. You might receive an odd compliment off something like this because there's powderiness about it. And they do tend to get compliments off some of these powders, not all of them, but some of them will. And I think you would with this, because it's been out for a while now. Most people know about the fragrance. And now the next one I got for you, and this is a gem, guys. Trust me, I don't know how people. I mean, I've been on. Yeah, I go on YouTube every day, checking out different videos on all the different releases and different stuff. And then you got like Pacco Rebane 1 Million Elixir, how everybody's doing videos about that. Dolce Elixir. You know, £120 odd for 6 mil or something like that. I heard it not so long back. And I couldn't bring myself to pay for that, not just yet. Even for 60 mil now. So, to me, I felt like I spent money here. Well worth it. And I've got something I think could rival that. Just for its sheer, how it smells is fantastic. For the price, it's, you know, put it half of that, if that, you probably get less than half price. If you go into Notte, I think it was in the UK. And also, I think if you go into eBay, they're going on competitive prices. So it's this one here. Cerrutti 1881, Bella Notte. And you can see it from there, look, the picture there, guys. How much juice I've used out of that bottle already. And I've only had this a short time. And I did a video the other week on Dolce Gabbana K, the All Powerful. And this has got a very small similarity to it, but it smells very similar. You know, so take the top off like that. Look, it's got these atoms that's known for Cerrutti. You know, they all want to look like that, and the tops look like this as well. So let's give this a spray. Oh, look at that. Powerful beast. Yeah. I can't say too much enough about this fragrance, guys. I think if you don't get this in your collection, you're missing out on something. It just smells really sweet. It's got nice smell about it, and it's got something classy. This is actually my scent of the day. I've got this one today, and I love it. I can't get enough of it. I'll have to get me another bottle of that, definitely, because that ain't gonna last. That's gonna go in no time at all. Okay, so we've got this. Excuse me, guys. The computer keeps going off. And then you got the next one here. This is one about the masculinity of the fragrances out of my collection here for you today. And this one, it stands head and shoulders above it for masculinity. And there is people who like the note of tobacco, right? And you've got Mansera, they do one called Red Tobacco. Parfum de Marley's, these are more niche brands and designer brands who releasing their strong versions of tobacco fragrances. And this one, right, is based on a Carolina Herrera tobacco fragrance, the same bottle, same coloration of the bottle itself. The only thing they've done is change the name. This is a Middle Eastern fragrance, and they have an habit of copying a lot of the top designers and putting bottles that are very similar to what they have. And some of them don't get done for copyrights, to be honest with you. But because they've changed that, they can get away with it. You know, so if you look at that there and there, it is a nice looking bottle. Right, but that's all for people like Carolina and herself and the course to sort out stuff like that. Where you just want to smell like fragrance smells like. Don't take the top off. You take the smell snug, it fits, guys. You can't lift it up by the lid, but I wouldn't advise it. Nice gold atomizer there, guys. Now this this tobacco fragrance, all right. And I think I paid less than £30 for that, and it's fantastic. You know, I can't again. I'm not a smoker, to be honest with you. I don't smoke, but I do like the smell of memories from my past when we used to have Christmas, and there used to be a lot of family parties, and somebody'd light a pipe up, and this is what to me this is what it smells like, pipe tobacco, and it's got that like smell about it. Imagine, let's put this down so you guys. You can see they're putting all the tobacco into the pipe, and then they're going with that little leather pouch and then filling it up just before they light it. And you can get the smell of the aroma coming from that leather pouch and what's inside it. To me, that's what that smells like. You're on a budget, but it's done really good. You wouldn't know that is a cheap fragrance unless I told you on this video today. And it's that good. And that's called Tobacco Myth, the actual fragrances. And you'll pick it up on eBay, and if you've got competitive prices, don't buy the first thing you see. Have a look through, and you can find the cheapest price. And I'll promise you, you'll have a really good tobacco fragrance in your collection. Use it towards the winter and the autumn and winter months, and it'll serve you well. You know, you might even get people say, "You smell nice, what you got on?" They might be inquisitive themselves to find out what you're wearing. Okay, guys, so let's go on to the last one now. And again, this is if you want to go to a carvery or something like me and my wife did yesterday. You want to dress it up, you want to try to, make a little bit more effort when you're dressing up. And this fragrance, guys, needs to be dressed up a bit. Is this one here. It's called Glass the bottle. Roush's Moustache. The company's name Roush's, and the fragrance is called Moustache. And it's Eau de Parfum. What's this? Crazy. This is crazy because I mean this ought to be a more expensive fragrance than it is, because the smell on it is that sophisticated and classy and charming. It's got everything about it. You know what I mean? You can put this on and you can imagine people turning heads when you smell this, because it does smell really nice. I would say for this one, guys, if I was to be honest with you, I can't see people under the age of 25 wearing it. So to me, it has to be 25 and above. But if you're 25 and above and you want to go for a nice meal, you're off. Stick that on, guys. You'll get noticed, and you'll love the smell. It's got the note of rose in it, but it's not the rose that's going to put you off wearing it. And trust me, it's one of the best fragrances I've got that are, and they're all good. I really believe that. So them are more 6 urban heroes, guys. There's something for different occasions, right? And you can still rock it with the best of them. And I say, it's not meant to make people feel this video is to be, you should feel ashamed because you're coming from like an urban area. I'm from one and I don't feel ashamed. But you have to live in the world of reality sometimes, and now all people's bills in the UK and going up. People aren't going to be going to these top end restaurants anymore. Only the people who can really afford to go. Most people are going to bring the money in a bit and then take their families to eat out somewhere what they can afford, because it'll probably be cheaper doing that than putting the gas and electric on and trying to cut your own meals, because how much gas and electric you charge you on your next electric and gas bills. It's going through the roof in the UK at the moment. So a lot of people are being very cautious about, they're thinking about spending the money. Sometimes you've got a family with kids and stuff, and you look how much it's going to cost you to feed all your kids. It might be cheaper just taking it to a car for it, if you've got enough money to cover your costs, and you'll all have a meal that'll fill you up for the rest of the night. You won't move. You can have a plate this big with all your vegetables and stuff. So that's it for today, guys, on this video. I'm going to be recording another video shortly. So I'm trying to get 3 out by the end of this weekend. So hopefully we'll have another couple of videos coming out shortly for you to have a look at. So please like to share this video, and give it subscribe to the channel, all that jazz. I have started to get some subscribers slowly creeping in, and I'm up to about 40 now. And that's fantastic. Thanks very much. You guys rock. I love you all for doing that, and you're making me feel like I'm part of the fragrance community. I've done this Urben Hero guys on my Instagram account. It's Alan Moore, small A, all one word, small M, and then 5601 at the end. And I've done this Urben Heroes with the graffiti and everything on that. And you'll see what I'm on about. I'll try to. So I love things like that. I'm proud of where I come from. And sometimes you walk past the building, it's got graffiti on the side of it, but that's the reality of the world we live in. And I'm not going to say, well, I ain't going to look at that because it's disgusting. Right? It's part of our life and it becomes part of you eventually. So I had this idea of putting all this graffiti on, taking photos on Instagram and implanting some of the photo fragrances that I could use as something that and that's what gave me this idea today, guys. So that's where it all originated from. I've started to drag over some of my ideas from Instagram onto YouTube because you guys might not have seen this yet, and I hope, I'll start off, with a trend of trying to get some people to come across to my channel. So have a great weekend, guys. I'm rabbiting on a bit again as normal, and I'll see you on the next video. All the best, guys. Take care. Bye now.